Hello, and welcome to the Defense Co. Recruiting and Retention presentation. Let's begin by taking a quick look at the Defense Co. company profile. With our most recent acquisition, Defense Co. has doubled in size and is now one of the top 3 U.S. defense contractors. Annual revenue is estimated at $10.22 billion. Defense Co. has a presence in 125 countries and employs over 22,000 people worldwide. Over 9,000 of those employees are scientists or engineers. Defense Co. supplies customers with secure communication devices, guidance systems, and night vision technology. We're currently actively involved in revolutionizing the air traffic control systems, and there's a 95% chance that any satellite image seen is at least in part produced by a Defense Co. company. Defense Co. has made local community involvement a priority everywhere we are located. We are actively embrace the local culture, actively participate, and support community schools and charities. Where possible, Defense Co. has actively embraced green initiatives and doing our best to protect the Earth's resources. Despite being a top U.S. contractor embracing local communities, Defense Co. has been struggling to attract new talent and are seeing a sharp increase in employee turnover. The issue is causing a constant retraining or shuffling of employees to try to cover for a position in which they have minimal expertise or exposure and have not been trained. A recent contract awarded to a primary competitor of ours has seen us lose new recruits as well as some of our senior engineers and scientists. In addition, our recent acquisition, Defense Co. committed to state and government officials that we would add 300 jobs to Brevard County in Florida prior to June 30th of this year in exchange for tax-free considerations to help with that acquisition. Key experts from our acquisition have chosen to leave the company rather than relocate to Florida. We held a job fair in Florida advertising 300 plus open positions and hired several people on the spot. However, despite the efforts, we are still a couple hundred new hires short of meeting the goal of 300 plus new hires by the end of June, and have over 400 positions open globally. Complicating issues, we are seeing an increase in intercompany transfers and job changes resulting in additional cost and excessive overtime. Examining the root cause, interviews with recruits who were made an offer but declined employment cited the employee benefit packages and relocation packages are top reasons for declining our offer. Existing employees cite changes and declines in benefits and organizational cultural changes needed in the workplace. Changes to the recent PTO policy and vacation policy, where senior employees with several years of experience lost between 2 to 4 weeks of paid vacation, also cited that as a primary reason for their departure. Increased healthcare costs combined with declining health benefits were cited by almost every departing employee. Another common theme was the increase in stress levels due to the lack of planning and lack of resources. Too many projects conceived in silos and taken on with no real communication between teams to adequately plan for resources. This resulted in management expectations of constant 70-plus hour work weeks with no paid overtime or bonus. Reduction in tuition, reimbursement, and training, and no real clear career path was also cited among reasons as being an issue. To mitigate the issues, we are proposing to implement what we are calling the R&R plan. I'm sure many wish it was rest and recreation, but in this case it's recruiting and retention. To improve recruiting efforts, we plan to increase the 401k benefits by matching from 6% up to a 10% match. We are restructuring our relocation package. The new package will cover closing costs on both the sale of the existing and the purchase of the new home. Take as much of the burden out of moving as we can by covering all moving expense and paying for the company to come in, pack, move, and help set up everything in the new home. We will offer 3 4-day trips, all expense paid for the employee and the spouse, to find a new home in Florida. Temporary furnished living expenses covered for the employee for up to 6 months from the start date in Florida. and 1 trip per month back to visit the spouse or check on the existing home until it sells for up to 1 year. We also plan to give the employee $10,000 to fix up the existing home or use it to renovate the new home that they purchase here in Florida. We'll match existing vacation periods in their current employer if they exceed our starting benefit package. All we ask in return is a 2-year commitment from the employee. To increase internal retention of existing employees, again, we're going to increase the 401k to 10% as previously mentioned. We'll revise the tuition and training assistance program to cover up to $10,000 per year, requiring a 2-year commitment from the employee. Implement a process improvement incentive program where employees are rewarded financially for significant improvements to existing processes that result in savings. We'll establish a Ring of Honor program honoring and rewarding 10 people and their families each year with a trip to Hawaii or other top vacation location. This will be voted on by their peers. Change the annual appraisal process so that the employee review includes at least 2 peers besides the employee's direct supervisor. We'll also have the employees will also have the ability to comment on his supervisor and the next level supervisor. All comments will be compiled and reviewed with the supervisors, and the source will remain anonymous. And we'll implement a project management office and require that all significant projects above $10,000 in cost be reviewed by a cross-functional review board. After implementing the proposed changes, the results we expect to see are an increase in the ability to attract top new talent, increase employee retention by addressing the benefits package issues, addressing employee leadership concerns, work to increase education and training in an effort to promote within and provide career growth opportunities, reduce stress and resource constraints, and reduce inefficiencies in our processes. All of these should lead to reduced cost and increased annual revenue. That concludes the R&R presentation. Any questions? I thank you for your time and consideration in helping improve the employee recruiting and retention here in DefenseCo.